coming this morning with a short message. I want to piggyback off of yesterday. Yesterday we talked about the power therein. It is something that 99.9 have missed. They have no idea without the power you are known. You are vain, you are vexed, you are loaded with spirits. And it's not the spirit that represents the Most High God. It's a spirit of darkness. The power stands for something. It's no reason for you to have fear if you don't know the power. You don't recognize the power. So what is it that you are fearful of? There's two fears. There's one of the flesh, and there's a fear of the spirit. The one that's of the spirit is because you know the power of the spirit of He that created all things. In this day and time, we tend to want to only see Him at a level like unto a human. But when you recognize the power of who He is, when you see His power, you see Him. His power is Him. I'm talking about the Most High God. Many of us think that we are in there. We're really out there. To tell the truth of the whole matter, we think we are in there. But really, we're out there. We're out there thinking that we're in there. But we're out there. Out there what? In the world. We're out here living in the world, calling it spirit, calling it holy, calling it a part of who the Creator is, calling it what they call God, calling it Yahuwah, and all kinds of names. But you know, the truth be told, they're not in there. They out there. They out there walking direct into the dark gate. And they're calling it the way. Ooh-wee. They call it the broad gate the way. The way to what? To darkness. The way to go. The way to live. The way to think. The way to feel. The way to act. They calling it the way. And they doing it without the power. I was thinking about how me making a video talking about the power. Next thing I looked up, YouTube had not uploaded that video yesterday. They only put it among, I guess, the subscribers, those that are subscribed. But they didn't let it go out. And then I'm looking at it from my end, and I see that it has not been posted. And I was wondering why. Not in the sense of really want to know why. I know why. But in the sense of knowing that they will tamper with any and everything that connects to my Father. They will tamper with any and everything that connects to my Father. Why? Because they are trying to claim the power. They're trying to allow the earth to get the victory. They know that the Father's main shot is to show out His power. Remember it says He's the beginning to the end. What's happening at the end? See, a lot of people thinking that the end is the kingdom. No. The end is what He's going to end on the earth. He's going to end these things that's on the earth. To where people are really thinking it's all about the things that's here and here now. Not understanding that the spirit is already lost. The spirit is already went and entered into the gate that is broad. Again, this is why it is over. This is why it is finished. It's because we're still having to grip the idea of it being an end. People say that there's no hell, there's no heaven, there's no God, there's no end. Why? Because people have lived so comfortable throughout their living. They can't even see they're the one that he's going to flip on to show them that you live this way all this time and you put nothing ahead that represents me. You did nothing but stood out there and thought that everything you have was based on what you earned, what you went to college for, how you saved. But you had no idea Yah has given them billionaires the same thing he has given each and every last one of you all out here that has lived so comfortable. You think ice is supposed to live going down in the bottom of the ocean so that you can live high on the hog? No, there's a reason. It's to separate who you are and to separate who I am. You see the two different directions? But yet I can stand here today, still glorify him. I can stand here today, still edify him. I can stand here today and still magnify him. I can stand here today and still honor him. Honor him what? That allowed me to go to the bottom of the ocean. It was only for those who he knew that could stand being in the bottom of the ocean. Because being in the bottom of the ocean, I'm not there alone, you guys. He that created the ocean is in there with me. And the ocean does not really represent like water, like the sea and fishes. It's the idea of going under, going low, being humble, being low. See, a lot of people would think that I was saying the ocean as a place of water. No, it's a place of lowness, low, low. Because y'all knows that he have to keep his low. Because if not, the world itself will come after the ones that's high. You see? And if not high, that is low. So he keep us low. But low in him, in his patience, in his long suffering, in his endurance, do he keep us low in it. And I look back at it and I think about people who have lived high and continue to live high. Ooh, we just imagine the fear of all these years you was living high. But before this thing is even to the very end, you're going to feel what it's like to live low. But you better hope that if you living low, it's low that Yah has brought you to. Not so much as the low of the world. But many people, this is what builds in them greed. This is what builds in them a self-centered mindset and the focus on them and what they have and who they have. And it leads them not to understand that the purpose of you having, you have to think of what would be the purpose. What would be the purpose for you to be on top and Sister Deborah to be low? Tell it, Deborah. Think about that. They can't. Because their spirit couldn't take them there. Why would y'all have me low so you can get high? Ain't no such thing. You see? You see? Look at all the men of Yah they had. Look at the turmoil and things that they had gone through. Did you know they left their wealth? Did you all know they left their high? Oh yeah. They went to live low. Why? Why would David leave all that he had to go fight wars? Non-stop wars for nothing. Battles. Why would David in the army? David, you rich. You got it all. What you doing in the army? That's the way y'all kept him low. Low where? In him. You see? Look at Solomon. Solomon Solomon began to call everything vain and vexed and full of spirits. That means everything he had, he called it vain and vexed and full of spirits. Why? Because he realized it's nothing big about being wealthy in heaven. He left it to go into another nation to serve their God. See how being wealthy and having it all can make you feel so uncomfortable, make you feel out of order with Yah, to the point you don't care about the wealth. You don't care about all of these things. Look at every prophet. They left out of their families to travel and to sleep any and everywhere, to go among the worst of the worst. They wasn't wealthy. They might have been before they answered the call. But once their mission started, they left everything to follow Yah. You see? But see, this is why I say, be careful out there in the way that you're living and thinking that the way that, because what it's saying, what it can actually say, not saying 100% on this one, what it can actually say is, the only reason why you serving Yah is because you received everything. You got everything. I'm a living witness to the fact that that's how it is in the biblical. That's how it is in reality. People who can serve, they can serve Yah easy. They can believe in him easy. You know? Their God. I'm just saying their God or their Yah. Because of what? Because of what they have. They have everything they need. They've taken care of everything. Now they can rest comfortable in believing, trusting in the Most High Yah. But what happens? This day is set up as well to strip everybody from what they had because they was the head. They're going to feel the tail. They're going to feel the tail, especially when it was greed in their heart. When it was all about me, and mine. You are not going to be able to serve a creator. You're not going to be able to serve a creator. Because what they thinking is, they only serve him through them. They don't understand. They don't understand. How are you really serving him? Which way are you serving him? How are you serving him? Or are you serving him? To them, they good to go. Those are those people who say, since my everything is taken care of, my T's crossed, my I's dotted, I got my keys to the kingdom, I got my ticket to the heaven eternal, I'm good. So they think, you're not good, baby. You ain't seen the fire yet. Y'all gonna try you by that fire. Because he wants you to know and wants you to see really how good you really are. Okay? You don't know how good you are until you have gone through that fire. You see, and I'm so grateful that throughout my whole living, it has been a fire itself. So any fire that I must go through, I think Yah has prepared me for it throughout my life. You know, he has prepared me for it. I got my hands down so it can test my my heart rate, okay? So that first I had it up, but I want to bring it down so it can monitor my heart rate. So again, I say unto you, be careful out there. I say unto you, be careful. That's all you can be, is careful. But you're going to know when Yah starts to judge you by that fire. Oh yes, he's going to not judge you. He's not going to judge you. He's going to try you to see really who you are. And guess what he's going to try you by? What you have. I love it. I love it. See, that's what he's going to do. That's what this I ain't going to even say this year because I'm not caught up in this year. But in this day, Yah is doing a whole lot of trying people by the fire. He's trying people by the fire. You know why? Because he said there is so many wants to portray it on the outside. They want people to think it on the outside. They want to feel it on the outside. But or who are they on the inside? So I got to try them by my fire so that they can see themselves. See, y'all want you to see yourself. Why? Because a lot of people are out here clowning. A lot of people out here pretending, you see? And he just wants to use his fire to try you, to show you that who you are and who you stand for and who you here on the earth to serve. You see? And that's like saying, for him to take everything from you, see if you still serve him. See if you still praise him. See if you still glorify him. See if you still honor him. See if you still worship him. See if you still exalt him. He has to bring you to a level to see if you still gonna still call on him, believe him. That's what trying by the fire is. See, he won't need to try you by the fire when you're already in the fire. He only is gonna try those who think that they are in the fire and they out of the fire. And he's gonna let you know you ain't pulling up on nothing. Because I'm gonna try you by the fire so you can see really who you are. Since you got everybody else food, even yourself food. But when I try you by the fire, let's see how you stand. Let's see how you exalt me and hold on to it. Let's see how your whole family stands up. Let's see how your mom and your dad stands up. Let's see how all your friends stands up with you. Let's see how everything turn out when I try you by the fire. See who you really are. Let what you portray to be known. And see then, will you trust in me? Will you believe in me? Will you exalt me? Will you magnify me? Will you honor me? When you as low could be in a society that gave you everything to make you think that you had your T's crossed and your I's dotted. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Father. Yeah. Why? Because we're in such a critical time today. Our main focus should be on the Most High Yah and how must we serve him. And when we are serving him, we listening to him from our inner man. We're not listening to all the chaos on the outer man. We're not even listening to Sister Deborah. We're listening to the voice of Yah on the inner man. But the thing about it, you better make sure it's the voice of Yah, not the voice of darkness. So Sister Deborah is saying, again, Yah is in the process. And don't, be honest, it didn't start today as, what today is, Friday. It started in that day. When it pulled up, in that day. Many people have been tried. You think these people who were big mega churches and serving, all of them, they're going to be revealed. All of them is going to be revealed and going to show up. You can go to T.D. Jakes right now. He don't care about being dark. He don't care about being a homosexual and a husband. He don't care about none of that no more. They get to the point because they've been tried by the fire. They've been revealed who they are. So now they don't care the world knows who they are. They don't care about that. They don't care about what the world knows and what the world thinks because that's who they were all the time. But listen, look at all them years. Look at all them years. These pastors, especially 99% of these men, 99% of the women that's also in it, them too. They live the life of lying. They live the life of manipulation and making people think that they serve the Most High Yah, the true and living, all power, all knowing one. And all they did was deceive the multitude, how they can go into the broad gate. And the multitude went straight into the broad gate. They went straight that way just to serve man that they thought that gave them the connection to Yah. So I say unto you, what would you do? Nothing. There's nothing you could do. But it's going to show up and show out. So when you receive that knock at your door, and this living is trying you, you're being tried by Yah's fire, not by no man's fire, but Yah's fire. See how you stand. And I like that because I don't know if y'all know that in your instruction, not your instruction, in your study guide, It speaks of being tried by the fire. 99.9 have no idea what that means. Because they think that they can live comfortable just like the billionaires and not care about nobody but themselves. And they think that that's the way to go because they're entitled. That's where the problem is at. It's an entitlement. You know, you got a lot of Europeans here. They inherit what they have through their fathers, their sweat of their fathers and their mothers. And their fathers left them. But they don't understand how their father inherit what he inherited. You see, many people don't understand that a lot of darkness is behind 99.9 of people who don't need a Yah to turn to because they have everything that they think they have to get what they need, to have what they want. It's too hard for them to really be sincere with the Most High Yah because they have everything on the earth that says, okay, what I need him for. What can I cry out to him about? Even when it comes down to sickness, they will turn to the medical field to get the best health service and the best doctor. They will, because they got the money to do so. And that's what they really think, that what they have is their true God. And they thinking that it's just something that's there to help them. But it's there to make you think that it's your God. A lot of people will say, well, Miss Deborah, we don't think that that's our God. Say it loud so y'all can hear you. Don't say it to me. Say it to the Most High Yah. Because then that way he can come directly to you and try you by the fire. So say that to the Most High Yah when he already knows all things. He knows all things. So myself, when people be talking about the billionaires and how Donald Trump them taken from the people, and they are, but everybody that have is doing the same thing because they ain't doing nothing to represent Yah for what they have. No, they're not. They doing everything to represent themselves, just like the billionaire. So myself, I don't get too bent in and bent out based on the billionaires, their all, and all that they have, and all that they're doing, all that they got, and how they take it from the poor, and they take it from the the needy, and they take it from the middle class. I won't get caught up in it because it's a cycle that people only see the billionaires. They don't see themselves as lining up with the same situation. Because I don't care if the billionaire got $1 billion. Whatever you got, if it ain't serving Yah with it, let me tell you something. You're serving darkness. That's what people do not understand. When you get into Revelation, how dare anybody would even go into Revelation and not see that it's all about that other God. It's about merchant. That's all it's about. So when it says you can't serve two Yah, a lot of people don't understand. Yah is putting himself side by side with what you have. Ooh, Father Yah, praise the mighty Yah. And people thinking he's something wrong with people saying stuff like that. Because I had an issue. Why would you allow them to put Mammon next to you? And the more I, as a prophetess, think about it, he knew it all the time. He pulled up in Revelation and he said, but he allowed them to pull up in Revelation. And it says in Revelation, everything that he was coming to destroy, it is connected with merchant, which is wealth, y'all. All Revelation 18 was talking about, as far as destroying a country, had to do with wealth. And I don't mean the rich man. I mean people who have it and don't use it to represent and serve Yah, so that Yah can keep multiplying it to them. You see, look at the devil. The billionaires serve darkness, and darkness makes sure, which is evil, makes sure they stay billionaires. Now they 10 billionaires, 100 billionaires. Why? Because they fell under darkness, and darkness made sure that they received more and more. But let one come up and say they serve Yah with their wealth. I'm finna get off this treadmill. My heart rate is up there. Let somebody say they serve Yah with their substance. And this is what happened even with Solomon. But when Solomon realized all that Yah was allowing him to have, even being the richest man, he realized it still wasn't good. You know why? It was still vain and vast. It was still spirits. Okay? So it's still going back with it all being another God to you. And a lot of people don't know that that's all it's saying is when you trusting in what you have and you believe you got it lawfully and you got it just and you got it upright and you entitled, you and yours, just wait a little while longer. And I don't mean a long while long. I mean a little while longer. When y'all wipe all of that away. And you know why I know he's going to wipe it away? Because I can't see him allowing no one to go to Mount Zion with what they have. Because, let me explain. I'm going to tell you what he's saying to me now. He said, because Deborah, when it's time for me to bring down those who's got their self planted, rooted, they ain't gonna want to leave it based on what they have. So it's gonna identify who's who and what's what. Didn't I tell you? When he takes his to Mount Zion, he's saying to me, because of what they have, and they restored things on them and theirs. They restored it on them and theirs. He don't care what hand you switched it to. It's still restored to be used for you and yours. But when that time comes, you think you're going to want to leave what you restored, what you planted? You think you're going to want to leave it? No, you're not. That's also a form of trying you by the fire. It's giving you a little something of how easy it's going to be for you to remain in Babylon when it comes down. Because you're going to think just like many of them want to think. Oh, I got a mansion. Oh, I got a big house. I got 5 cars. My kids is in college. I got kids enrolled in basketball and football. You're going to think of all that you have before you even consider leaving to go to Mount Zion. You are going to be tried by the fire. When you least expect, you're going to remain in a land that have served this land with manna. I, Sister Deborah, finna go over to the weights, and I'll meet you there. Shalom and shalom. Let me see how I do this.